We are DPDL, India's only grassroots league with a real player pathway. More than 1,65,000 minutes of game time. More than 4,000 matches organized. More than 6,500 players across three of India's biggest cities. But that's just the start. Over 10 million kids play football in India with no proper system, very little accessibility to leagues, and no proper visibility. We at DPDL are changing that. One player and one city at a time. And now, we want to hear from you.
Yeah, that's very interesting. We should definitely do that. Amazing. I really like that. कोको मेरी स्क्रिप्ट रीडिंग चल रही है.
सॉरी मैडम, मैं अब भी कोको को.
कोई बात नहीं, कोको का साइलेंट मोड ऑन कर देते हैं. ओए, तू कोको है या मिस्टर इंडिया? Acer's AI-powered laptops can filter out the noise and focus on you.
Bring home Acer's latest range of AI laptops powered by Intel Core Ultra processors, OLED display, Acer AI Zone, Windows Copilot, Acer Purified View, Purified Voice, and more.
Ace it with Acer.
Good morning, sir.
Are you ready with the deck?
Dude, look at the view. View? Sir, I mean the deck is ready to view.
Great job. And Varun, get some rest after this.
Sure, sir.
Get smarter, get creative with the stylish new Acer Swift Go AI laptop powered by Intel Core Ultra processor and a host of Acer AI features. Ace AI with Acer.
We are DPDL, India's only grassroots league with a real player pathway. More than 1,65,000 minutes of game time. More than 4,000 matches organized. More than 6,500 players across three of India's biggest cities. But that's just the start. Over 10 million kids play football in India with no proper system, very little accessibility to leagues, and no proper visibility. We at DPDL are changing that. One player and one city at a time. And now, we want to hear from you. We are DPDL, India's only grassroots league with a real player pathway. More than 1,65,000 minutes of game time. More than 4,000 matches organized. More than 6,500 players across 3 of India's biggest cities. But that's just the start. Over 10 million kids play football in India with no proper system, very little accessibility to leagues, and no proper visibility. We at DPDL are changing that. One player and one city at a time. And now, we want to hear from you. That have been developed in
Here we are at the HAL Sports Club for the Under 15 final of Acer Double Pass Development League. It's Army Boys Sports Koi taking on Alchemy International Football Academy. What an occasion this is going to be for all the players involved to take part in a final where there is silverware on the line at such a young stage in their career. It is going to be an unforgettable experience for them. Winning and losing will not matter today. It is the experience that will matter. Players making their way onto the pitch. Before we get started with the final, we have a very, very important cause to mourn for. We are recently saddened with the loss of Bengaluru Football Club's under 11 player Ronald Ernest de Grassa, a prodigious talent lost, unfortunately taken away from us. He was a DPDL regular player for Bengaluru Football Club in the under 11 category. We will observe a minute's silence for the talent that was taken away cruelly from our world in memory of Ronald Ernest de Grassa.
Alchemy Ignis and Army Boys Sports Squad. Requesting everyone present here to please stand up to observe a minute's silence in remembrance of Ronald Ernest de Grassa from the BFC Under 11 team.
Part of the BBFS snipers in the under 9 setup and then a regular for BFC. We lost him cruelly. A great gesture from both the teams and the referee. Our condolences to the grieving family of Ronald, forever in his memory. And now back for the reason why we gathered here in the first place. Hull Sports Club plays the venue as the Army Boys Sports Company take on Alchemy Football Academy in the final of the Under-15 segment of Double Pass Development League Bengaluru edition. The heavens opening up slowly, which has been a cause for delay in the kickoff. Let me remind you, the dignitaries shaking hands with the youngsters, the teenagers keen to make an impression. The Double Pass Development League is such a great initiative for grassroots players, giving them the opportunity, the bridge, the platform to build their career and go places. We have seen so many players get selected for the under 15, under 17 and under 19 national teams, get some trials with prestigious academies all over the world. This is such a huge opportunity for them. And especially these players, after all those minutes, have a chance to get some silverware now. Myself, Pranav Venkatesh, bringing all the action live to you. Both these sides are in very good form, very little to choose between them. Especially Army Boys, who scored 10 goals in the last 2 encounters. It is going to be a tough task for Alchemy to stop them. But here we have the captains. Umar Soev, the skipper of Alchemy, alongside the captain of Army Boys, Lechombom Bikendra Singh, cultivating leadership from such a young age. These teenagers will grow on to become fine leaders of their teams. They will know responsibility. They will know the importance of teamwork. It is their duty now to keep their teammates calm. The referee taking care of the formalities, explaining the do's and don'ts to the captains. That is the silverware on the line for these players, and this is how they line up. Suresam Singh in goal for Army Boy Sports. Suram Kilin Singh, Tangjom Johnson, Lecham Bombikendra, the skipper, will be accompanied by Tangjam Inau Singh, Sandeep Kumar Das, Ritesh Jamunda, Angangom Mithai, Mohammad Zulfikar, Kahil Rai, and Premchand Singh in forward positions. Elias starts in goal for Alchemy. The skipper Umar Soef will have the support of Karthik and Kutlebam Sultan, Shashank Sawant, Wahing Bam, alongside Wang Mayum Nirshan, Tarun Dev, Sudarth Ahibam, Devarsh Bomik, and Demish Tokcham. It's going to be interesting to see how these teams line up. Hint of summer rain in Bangalore, making things interesting as always. The players have to battle the opposition as well as nature's elements now to put their best step forward. The referee checking for all the formalities. And we are underway with the action. Alchemy, get us underway. Attacking from left to right of your screen in sky blue, our Alchemy International Football Academy. And with the first feel of ball and attacking from right to left of your screen in red, our Army Boy Sports. Well, the Army Boys have brought some aggressive pressing today. As soon as the game started, their forwards hunting like eagles to win the ball back. But Alchemy do keep it. A heavy touch, runs away to the opposition. First piece of action in Army Boys half. You can see a solid back four forming there. A couple of full backs standing in staggered line from the duo of centre backs. It never goes out of fashion, does it? Four at the back formation, such a staple bread and butter for any football team aspiring to win some games. Throwing on the far side for Army Boys. The referee noting some infringement. The defender too enthusiastic there, perhaps. And now look at the bodies going forward well. They're prepared for this set piece and how. A chance to put it deep into the box. Ask some questions of the goalkeeper. Is Elias up for the challenge? There's a lot of power on it towards the goalkeeper, but there is a very good clearing header coming in the way. Trying to shoot, cuts on his right foot, parried away by the goalkeeper, but the rebound will be collected safely by Elias as well. RB Boys fire the first attack of the game and almost should have scored there. Great control that from Ritesh. Chopping it onto his stronger left foot, leaving the defender in his wake, and the goalkeeper doing very well to make sure he saves from Sandeep Kumar Das's rebound. Well, once again, they almost win the ball back high up the pitch. Alchemy need to be careful. They must know the goal threat that the Army Boys carry. 5 goals in the semis, 5 goals in the quarters. They are hungry for goals now. Here is Suram. Given away to Alchemy. Can they string a couple of passes together? The ambitious searching ball down the left flank goes out for a throw-in. Well, you have to be in awe of the conditions we're playing in, right? Bengaluru never fails to amaze you in this hot summer. Getting such a good rain, and meanwhile, Alchemy, a slip from the defender. That is what we were talking about. They have to battle the conditions. One slip almost opening up. The defender gets it away. I think it was a cause of miscommunication. Probably the goalkeeper had it covered. The centre back didn't want to take a risk. Gives the side the chance to clear the lines. Let me remind you, we are having games with 2 halves of 30 minutes each. The youngsters should be blooded in very slowly to make sure that their bodies grow to the fullest potential without overworking them. What a dribble that is. Full of energy, full of intensity. Gangom Mitai. Fantastic run past one defender and 2. The fullback of Alchemy wasn't having any of it. Slides in, wins nothing but the ball. The defense recovering well to snatch away. Alchemy slowly coming to the party. Should have been a goal down already. Thanks to Elias, they are in the contest. And it is time that they give an account of themselves. Another fine tackle in the middle of the park. Army Boys currently winning the midfield battle. Picked up on the halfway line. But under pressure, this gives it away. There goes the through ball, trying to slice it. Must be an easy claim for Suresham. The idea was right from Dennis Tokcham there. Chopping onto his left foot, trying to release the striker who was making a run already. Here he is. Trying to take on his marker. Lost his bearings. Well, it's so refreshing to see the players not afraid to use skill moves to beat their markers. For a couple of step overs. Goes in. There was a chance to release the fullback. And now the striker gets on the end of it. He's all alone. Being marshalled out wide. The defense combining well to sweep that up. Just a moment ago, when Army Boys were attacking, Kahil Rai had an opportunity to perhaps just take a look behind him and then release the fullback, but he went for an ambitious shot. Tells you the kind of fearless approach these youngsters take. They want to go for the ambitious goals. Well, that I believe is the duty of a coach, to ask his players to calm down, just scan the pitch for options, and if there is an easy pass, you just seek it. Because if Kahil had just slipped in the fullback, they had plenty of red shirts in the box. Anything could have come from that. That was a silly coming together between the players. The referee is hesitating to produce the first yellow card of the game. He wants to be as lenient as possible. The skipper will leave it for Suram. Taken cleverly. I think Army boys are seeing this as an opportunity to score, because Alchemy haven't settled fully into the game yet. A couple of gaps appearing here and there. They're trying to consolidate their position now. Another long ball. The build-up has involved a lot of long balls being hit already. Alchemy have to show some sort of different chance creation angles for them. Well, it is great to see them having those kind of passes in their locker, but the opposition will eventually get comfortable if they keep getting these kind of long passes. They must mix it up with some short passes. There is a chance the ball has gone out of play, and it does go out of play, says the referee as he awards the first corner of the day. That comes as a gift for Alchemy. They haven't expected it, but can they use it to take the lead? Going for zonal marking and then swinging corner coming this way. The goalkeeper has to be crowded out. There goes the header. Touch of the crossbar. Trying for a terrific overhead kick there, but not coming his way. Siddhartha Hebam. Well, both sides now coming close to scoring. That was a fantastic header. The goalkeeper was hopelessly beaten. Suresham was praying for some luck, and the crossbar answered his prayers. Alchemy showing great threat from that set piece. And on the rebound, if you closely observed, Siddharth was going for an excellent overhead kick. I think he got into a pickle with his own teammate coming onto the ball. Two blue shirts converging. Neither had the chance to get a clean shot away. Well, is this something that breathes life into the Alchemy attack now? The skipper Umar Soef with a throw in, trying to join the attack. Overhead pass there, but some good pressure coming in, forcing the defender to clear his lines. Both sides have started with intensity. Such a good side this is. They're not afraid of sitting back. They're not afraid of the occasion. They're just treating it as just another game instead of treating it as a final, which of course is very mature, beyond their years. And now here is a lucky break. Look at the red shirts coming forward. Man for man. There is a box entry, but the defense does well to catch the attack offside. It was a very fast break. I don't think that was organized at all. Players started running in randomly, failed to keep a track of the ball. And they were over eager to get beyond the defensive line and get caught offside there. Zulfikar was actually appealing for a handball when the ball fortunately broke out for him. He then drove at full speed on the counter and able to find the right pass there though. Once again, another duel going Army boys' way. They keep possession. Trying to make it inwards, but there is another slip. Well, you can expect it all game long. You can only hope that the striker shows great pace. Suresham wasn't interested in coming out. He thought the centre back had it covered. But as soon as he saw the striker pull clear from the defender, the goalkeeper realized he was in a lot of trouble. Did well in the end. There is yet another lovely pickup from Dennis. The number 40 showing great creativity from that left flank. Every time he's on the ball, he's trying to chop in. He's trying to release the strikers. And if he keeps trying, one of them will certainly come off. Here he is once again. Look at the players in full flow. How comfortable they are with the ball at their feet. What a refreshing sight this is in Indian football. Well, that was a great dummy, wasn't it? He tried to go long, but then realized he could just get away from the pressure. Laying it off for Dennis. Well read by the defender. Keeps the ball in play. Well, 1/3 way through the first half, such a difficult fixture to call. Both sides proving good value for their money. Alchemy, a narrow victory against Kickstart in the semi-finals, 2-1. And then in the quarters, they kept their last clean sheet against South United FC. A 2-0 victory. What can they bring to this final? Both these sides have failed to keep a clean sheet in the previous games, and both these sides have goal scorers in them. There goes yet another free kick. A tad wider than he anticipated. And of course, there is no winger holding the width on the right-hand side. There was one, but it was too much for him. I think they were motivated by Army boys taking that long free kick into the box, from which they created their first good opportunity of the game. Well, if you ask me, well, that's just me. I don't think you're needed to take those ambitious free kicks from 50 yards out. Why not play a couple of easy passes and try to progress towards the box? Dennis this time gets the pick out right. On the right flank, cross going in. The goalkeeper has to swallow it, and he does it with ease. That was supposed to curl in, but the ball catching life and tried to swirl out. So Resam saw it coming from a long way out and made the confident claim on that. Well, that was awkward. Got the ball but didn't trap it, allowing Army boys to run away, but Alchemy defend well. And once again, they failed to keep the ball, inviting more pressure on them, but such a good tackle that was from behind. As the player was looking for support, the defender swooped in and said, "You do not get to have that much of time." Interesting narratives, interesting duels there. Mitai was already come to the party with such a good dribble. Showed that great burst of pace, and now his physicality was well dealt with by the centre backs. He needs to find a new gear to unlock this defense now. Trying to pummel it in, the centre back taking no chances. Shields it well and clears it under pressure. Safety first is the approach that the coach would have drilled into his team. Do not take any risk, especially in those kinds of zones. They have given the ball away a couple of times early in the game, but after that, it has been some smooth sailing for Alchemy. A clever pass into the box. Tries to turn past the fullback, wins a corner. Army boys finding their groove. That was Ritesh Jamunda. Well, he has some good turns, doesn't he? Received the ball on the volley. Turned so elegantly onto his left that the fullback was in his awe. The strike was well parried out by Elias, but here is another set piece now. An outswinger, interesting. There is no height on it. Can be cleared by the defender easily. But Army boys have a chance to recycle it. Going for shot from such a long distance, and Elias will have no complaints. That was at a comfortable height for him. Tangjao, Inao Singh had options, had time. But the glory was probably flashing in his head as he tried to go for the impossible. Well, you have to appreciate the sound technique there though, don't you? Appeals for a handball, and the referee points it towards the spot. Well, just outside perhaps. A sigh of relief for Army boys. That came absolutely out of nowhere. On the very edge of the penalty box. What a lucky boy he is. As the header was coming down, too casual, the instincts kicking in. His hand in an unnatural position. Of course, outside of the penalty box, it doesn't matter. If the ball strikes your hand, it is going to be a free kick. Doesn't matter if it's in a natural position or in a natural one. I think he was very lucky that it was just outside the penalty box. The goalkeeper arranging his wall. Tarun Dev probably fancies this on his left foot. I think it is a right-footed free kick. Try to just curl it towards that far corner, but Tarun Dev goes slow, and the goalkeeper was up for it. Very smart football from both players. Expected the wall to jump. Well, the wall did not jump. He got it between the players. Full credit to the goalkeeper for not overcommitting, for seeing and reacting. Smart play all around. And you can easily understand why these teams are in the final. They are the best of the best we've had in Bangalore in the under-15 level. Now an early cross. There were not many options. Ill-advised, you have to say. Support was coming in. Even there were no defenders in the box. That was just hit and hope kind of situation there from the winger. Alchemy have dominated this tournament at different age groups. They have been the champions of the under-9 edition, under-11 edition, and under-17 edition in Bangalore. That was a mistake from Elias, to say the least. A lapse in concentration. Received the ball, was too casual as the ball trickles out for a corner. Alchemy will be so eager to add the under-15 crown to their collection as well in Bangalore. They have to defend the set piece first. That was gifted by Elias. And now once again there is no height on the delivery. Well, if your corner fails to clear the first man, your coach is bound to be cross with you, isn't he? That's what they say in the training grounds. Beat the first man. We saw how good Alchemy's corner was. Army boys have had a couple of cracks at it, but failed to quite clear. Failed to create an opportunity clearly there. The grassroots program from Double Pass Development League, taking place in 3 huge cities of India: Delhi, Mumbai and Bengaluru. Providing much needed minutes to so many young and talented footballers. They are getting real game experience, then using it to build their careers by getting opportunities with affiliated members. Now that was very casual, given away to the opposition. As soon as the pass was rolled, Army boys' eyes lit up. 4 players jumped onto it. Well, that is a clear infringement in the box. Elias was coming out. The centre back had no need to do that, but he puts his side in a trouble situation there. Siddhartha Hebam. And as a striker, these are the kind of moments you live for. To be alive in the box, to come to life as soon as there is a 50-50. And boy, that was some good forward play. He was going for the ball. The goalkeeper was coming. As soon as he realized the defender was in his path, just tried to make sure that there was enough contact and went down. There is a great chance for Gangom Maitai now. On his right foot. Up against Elias. Can he give Army Boys the lead? Here is Maitai. Rolls it towards the bottom corner. The goalkeeper gets a good hand, but he cannot keep it out as Army Boys storm into the lead in the finals. Not the best penalty in the world, but he will take it. That was along the ground, a bit weak. Well, I think Elias would be very disappointed that he failed to save it. He got more than a good arm to it, but the ball just had enough to beat his grasp and nuzzle in the back of the net as Army Boys open the scoring in the 21st minute. That was a very, very silly goal for Alchemy to concede. They consolidated themselves beautifully in this game. Gangom Sanalemba Metai getting his name on the score sheet in a final. He will not forget this red letter day for the rest of his glorious career that he's going to build for himself and for his country. Hopefully he gets to don the number 9 shirt as he is donning for his club now. Try to scoop it into the box. Army Boys started well, but it was Alchemy who grew into the game well and perhaps were banging on the door for their opener. Out of absolutely nowhere, the centre-back Siddharth, showing his inexperience, does a shoulder barge on the striker. That was all he needed, and that was all the referee needed to award a penalty. They have to do it all over again. Alchemy have to build from scratch. And more importantly, they need to find a goal. That was overhit. No striker in the world could get there, perhaps. Look at the theatrics there. He was trying to take a kick, but then realized he has some time to spend. For a side that has got plenty of goals in the tournament, I don't think they'll be happy with time wasting in the first half, that too, with just a goal lead under the belt. You surely expect them to go hard to get their insurance goal and close out the contest, but do not count Alchemy out. They have had a couple of dangerous chances for them as well. It's about making it count. Pass to goalkeeper. Remember, he cannot touch it. Does well to pick out a teammate. They played themselves in unnecessary trouble there, but credit to them for coming out of it. Here is the goal scorer, trying to drift in field. A lovely move building on the left flank. The question of offside is answered. The striker, well, you can see the disappointment on Kahil Rai. I think he didn't expect it. He wanted the ball to be played to his feet rather than into the space. But I do not understand the reaction from the number 10 of Army Boys. He was supposed to make that run. He wasn't offside. He just started throwing hands at his teammate for not finding him. You attack the space inside the box, don't you? Trying to go around the fullback. Wins the race with himself, that is. Well, the player bundling into the linesman, drawing some reactions from the crowd. No ill intention there. Alchemy giving the ball away multiple times, not looking good for them. A couple of silly mistakes have cost them dearly already. Elias gifting a free corner and Siddharth giving them a penalty out of nowhere. They have to keep these mistakes out. Army Boys in that regard have been very disciplined with the ball at their feet and out of possession as well. The skipper Bikendra aiming that one at the bench as he launches the ball out. And now chance for a break. 3 against 4. The blue shirts doing well to recover. He's spinning with the ball, kept his bearings and then found the pass. I mean, of some of the football being played today. Lashed out towards the forward. The centre back cannot get it away. Here is Inav Singh. Tried an ambitious effort, put it on target, but this time the diagonal pass goes out of play. Well, the first half has literally flown past us. We're just 3 minutes away from the end of the normal time in the first half. Fast-paced action going on. How about that for a piece of skill from the skipper of Alchemy? Is dragging the ball with his feet and then shifting it across. Well, this time there is some direction. On Tanjau, Inav Singh's pass, but he cannot keep the ball in play. Kahil Rai dropping deep to make the play for his side. That was aimless. They've been very efficient with the ball, and this is pretty much unlike them. Just randomly hoofing it forward. Great pluck out of the sky from Tarun Dev. Appreciates the pass out wide. Can they get some support? Can they keep the ball in this zone for a couple of minutes? Alchemy get crowded out. Chance for the Army boys to break out. Well read by the defender. Absolutely necessary jump that. And in this zone, they have to keep the ball. That is a very good chance, and it is clinically taken. The centre backs could not believe how Tarun Dev gave them all the slip at once. Suresham Singh came flying out, but it was such a good finish that Tarun fired it, placed it into the center of the net to find the equalizer before halftime. What a good goal that is. Well, that is what I was speaking about. Alchemy needing to keep the ball in the opposition final third. They do keep it, and they create a chance out of nothing to find the equalizer. Take nothing away from the finish of Tarun Dev. What a splendid piece of finishing that was. Composure. He saw the goalkeeper coming out, could have rounded, could have lobbed, but he said, I'm going to do this on my own, and then just rolled it past the goalkeeper. No need to overhit it. He just had to place it there. Such a delicate finish. The kind of maturity you're seeing from these players, it is completely beyond their years as we enter the final minute of normal time in the first half. Army boys thought they could take the lead into the break, but Alchemy had other ideas. Here is yet another splendid through ball. The goalkeeper comes out a long way. Suresham Singh making good contact this time. Well, how about that for creativity? Dennis Tokcham. He has tried it all day. Cutting in from the left wing and creating chances. That was Tarun Dev with the goal for Alchemy. A massive goal, you have to say. Putting the game in fine balance. There is literally nothing to pick between them now. As we approach the added time of the first half. Defense doing well to double up and get possession back. Here is Kahil Rai. Pretty much no support for him. Now that was again. They were caught a bit in two minds, and the defense fails to react on time as they concede Possession. Here is a chance for Kahil. Knocks it towards the goal. There was Gangom Maitai. Here is Dennis. Once again, skips past Kahil. Well intercepted in the middle of the park. Two attackers in full swing for Alchemy. Tarun Dev. The danger man yet again for Alchemy, pressing from the front. Army boys, after that splendid start, had nothing to feed on at times as the referee brings the first half to an end. What a game of football this is. Both sides technically proficient. Both sides showing a lot of good promise. It was very hard to split the teams, but a mistake from Siddharth conceded a penalty to Army boys. Gangom Maitai made no mistake. It was a weak penalty, but the goalkeeper couldn't save it. The lead barely lasted for 8 minutes as Tarun Dev fired in the equalizer just a minute before halftime with such a composed finish past the goalkeeper who was rushing to slide tackle him. At the halftime, it reads Army Boys 1, Alchemy 1. Join us on the other side of the break to see who gets to lift the prestigious Double Pass Development League Under 15 trophy. That was an ambitious effort from Inau Singh. The penalty that gave them the lead. I think on any other day, Elias would have saved it. That was the equalizer. Left-footed, minimal backlift. Just made sure that he placed it into the center of the net to equalize the game. Setting up an enticing second half. Do not go anywhere as we will bring all the live action to you.
We are DPDL, India's only grassroots league with a real player pathway. More than 165,000 minutes of game time. More than 4,000 matches organized. More than 6,500 players across 3 of India's biggest cities. But that's just the start. Over 10 million kids play football in India with no proper system, very little accessibility to leagues and no proper visibility. We at DPDL are changing that. One player and one city at a time. And now, we want to hear from you.
Yeah, that's very interesting. We should definitely do that. Amazing. I really like that. कोको मेरी स्क्रिप्ट रीडिंग चल रही है.
सॉरी मैडम, मैं अब भी कोको को.
कोई बात नहीं, कोको का साइलेंट मोड ऑन कर देते हैं. ओए, तू कोको है या मिस्टर इंडिया? Acer's AI-powered laptops can filter out the noise and focus on you.
Bring home Acer's latest range of AI laptops powered by Intel Core Ultra processors, OLED display, Acer AI Zone, Windows Copilot, Acer Purified View, Purified Voice, and more.
Ace it with Acer.
Good morning, sir.
Are you ready with the deck?
Dude, look at the view.
View? Sir, I mean the deck is ready to view.
Great job. And Varun, get some rest after this.
Sure, sir.
Get smarter, get creative with the stylish new Acer Swift Go AI laptop powered by Intel Core Ultra processor and a host of Acer AI features. Ace AI with Acer.
We are DPDL, India's only grassroots league with a real player pathway. More than 1,65,000 minutes of game time. More than 4,000 matches organized. More than 6,500 players across 3 of India's biggest cities. But that's just the start. Over 10 million kids play football in India with no proper system, very little accessibility to leagues, and no proper visibility. We at DPDL are changing that. One player and one city at a time. And now, we want to hear from you.
Welcome back to the second half action. A very little break, a short turnaround. Perhaps some words of encouragement from the coaches to be bolder and express themselves as these sides take to the pitch once again for one last time to decide who will lift the trophy. At the moment, it is anyone's game. Very little to choose between them. And Army boys get us underway. Attacking from left to right of your screen in red and red. And attacking from right to left of your screen in sky blue are Alchemy International Football Academy. Alchemy's contribution to Indian ecosystem has been too valuable. They have had ties with prestigious European clubs in the past, and right now they are the partner for the Spanish club Villarreal. The club plying its trade in La Liga, famously known as the Yellow Submarine, have a partnership with Alchemy. So the players who prosper here will get a chance to visit Spain and Villarreal's academy on a scholarship. What a platform that is they're building for the youngsters. Set up in 2013, 12 years of serving the nation and its finest football talents. It did take some time for them to establish properly, but right now they are supplying players to the Indian national team at the under 15, 17 and 19 categories. The team on the other side, Army Boy Sports Company, a product of collaboration between Sports Authority of India and the Indian Army to scout the kids of Indian Army personnel who are better at sports and then give them the best platform to express themselves. 25-year-old team now. A no-look pass. Well, that was some confidence from Nirshan. A rather slow start to the second half by both sides. Perhaps they do not want to take the risk, but let me tell you what happens at the end of 60 minutes. And yes, 60 minutes because we have two halves of 30 minutes each to make sure that the players don't get overworked before they develop fully. And if it is a dreaded draw at the end of 60 minutes, we will be heading straight to penalties. Of course, who would want this good tournament to be decided by the lotteries, where one side will have an immense heartbreak at the end of those kicks. Both these sides should be looking to get a result inside the 60 minutes. It takes a lot of mental fortitude for world-class players to pull themselves together in penalties. These players will have a taste of it. If it remains goalless, there is a chance. Once again, the centre-back locked in a duel with the striker dangerously. Perhaps flashbacks for Shashank Sawant. He was scared whether he could concede another penalty, but he only ends up conceding a corner now. An outswinger coming from Kahil Rai's right foot this time. Zonal marking inside the box. They have to be sharp now. Once again, there is some lack of height. Well, this is the third straight corner that the Army boys have failed to beat the first man or create a decent chance. And it is the same player on all three occasions, Kahil Rai. The coaches must identify something's going wrong with the set pieces. Elias wanting to take this goal kick himself. He'll back himself to go long. Decent power on it. But the midfield of Army Boy snaps it up. What a pass that is between the lines. The striker dropping back. Couple of slip there and a heavy tackle. I don't think that was intended. Both the players slipping. A good show of sportsmanship from the teenagers, knowing that was an unfortunate collision between them. The lessons learned at this stage will go on to have a huge lasting impact in these players' careers. That is the greatness of this league. Giving them minutes, giving them real game experience, letting the players experience sportsmanship, teammate bonding, learning the team game and respecting the opponent, of seeing the victories and then the crushing defeats. They get to experience everything in this great tournament. Gets the cross and missed by a couple of players. Well, he is on the spin there, Kahil Rai. Even got the shot away, credit to him. But as he was on the turn, there was no sense of control on it. Yet to see a dangerous attack from either side in the second half. Well, if you just joined us, that was not how the first half panned out. It was full of threat and full of great attacks from both sides. Army boys looking to raise the tempo. Exchanging passes. I think you can look at that. Three forwards, completely very deep. And look at Tarun Dev. He is very, very quick, isn't he? The goalkeeper realizing yet again that the centre backs won't stand a chance if they go to a foot race against Tarun. I think the forward line of Army boys is a bit too rigid. The front three are all playing narrow and way too high. The connection with midfield is missing for them, as they're losing the ball out in those areas. Once again, Tarun on his bike. Keep an eye on the support arriving. Trying to skill his way past the fullback. But very good defending. He didn't buy the skills from Tarun. Waited for his opportunity to put a foot in. Encouragement coming from the sidelines for both sides. The crowd wants some goals now. Perhaps in this tight affair, the next goal might just win the contest. Now the skipper, Bikendra Singh. We've seen how Army boys have created an opportunity in the first half with a free kick. Can they create once again? That had too much swirl on it. Well, I think he wanted the ball to curl back in. But as soon as he left his boot, the conditions, the wind, not in his favor. You could see the disappointment. The ball went flatly into Eliash's grateful grasp. Well, that was a bit aggressive from the skipper. I think it is the second time he has erred in judgment. The referee is just making it clear. One more time perhaps and he goes into the book. The first one was accidental, but this one was a bit malicious. A touch of naughtiness. And now this free kick will be an easy claim for Suraisam as well, who's teasing Tarun Dev. I don't think it's the best idea, especially knowing Tarun could pull his trigger so easily with his pace and finishing. I mean, look at the players enjoy this game. They're not afraid of the occasion. They're doing all the things they would. Just like any other game, the skills are coming out. They're teasing the opposition. They're demanding the ball. No one on the pitch, of all the 22 players, is afraid of the occasion. Well, I think that is it. And as expected, the skipper Lechombom Bikendra Singh has walked his way into the referee's book. For some reason, he looks very agitated in the second half. Rash challenge after rash challenge, giving referee no option but to book him. That was a decent free kick. Alchemy do get to keep the ball, recycling it on the right wing. Couple of aggressive tackles, allowing Army boys to win the ball. The ball just drifting out there. And now Bikendra has to be very careful. The skipper. 3 rash tackles in 10 minutes there. Another ill-timed one will be his end for the game. He cannot afford that. Foul throw in there perhaps. Or a raised boot. Army boys get possession. Slowly, I think they can feel the game getting away from them. Alchemy once again on the attack. Well, I think he was just could have found the pass sooner there. Look at the battles. Look at the tackles coming in. Brilliant there. I think that was a bit unfair on Premsan Singh. It was within his rights to compete for the ball aggressively. The referee making up his mind, awarding a free kick to Alchemy. Played towards the middle, headed clear yet again. Alchemy are playing a super high line. Risky football. Looks like they've gotten the instructions, try to get the game, try to finish the game off before the dreaded penalties. That was poor there. A rare touch of the ball coming his way, and Meitai completely gives it up. The skipper in trouble. He is booked already. The referee at full sprint. Well, is it going to be a second yellow card? Well, the captain is a lucky boy to be walking on the pitch still. If you're being honest, that was a bookable offense, wasn't it? I don't know what got into him. The number 4, he was such a composed figure in the first half. For some reason, he has lost all sense of calm. He's making one bad decision after another. He was beaten there, yes, but the winger had nowhere to go. He literally risked everything on the pitch. He has to thank the referee for being extra lenient, but I think he's out of lives now. Any ill-time tackle and is out, but here is a chance to go for the goal. That was more than a decent effort. Curling away, just prayed that it found the bottom corner, but the ball just curled wide. Will the coach consider substituting the skipper? I think it has to be a huge call because yet again, there is Bikendra. This is a fair tackle from his defensive partner this time. Army boys under relentless pressure from Alchemy. Space opening on the right wing. But the fullback gets a crucial interception there. And here is a chance. Missed this tackle. Well, I think the referee should have played advantage. You could see the reactions. It wasn't a last man tackle, but it was worthy of an advantage. Shashank Sawant, the second player booked. You could see from the reaction, the striker had the ball. He was running away despite the referee's whistle. Was he too eager there to blow the whistle? Midway through the second half, Army boys now with a free kick. You could literally listen to the groans of the players as soon as the referee blew his whistle when their player had the ball. Alchemy came close from the free kick. Can Army boys follow suit? Or can they go one better and take the lead? Remember, a goal here would be worthy of winning any final. Long run up. He will go for goal and he will find the back of the net. What a brilliant strike that is from the skipper. Well, he will forget everything that he has done in the last 15 minutes. He should have been off the field, but here he is scoring potentially the winner in the finale. Lechambom Bikendra Singh. What a free kick. Just gets it over the wall. Goalkeeper Elias was dumbstruck. The wall didn't jump. 15 minutes from full time, and Army Boy Sports Company have taken the lead in the final. Substitutions for Alchemy. As good as a free kick that was, I think you have to ask questions of the wall and why there was no jump. You expect a jump. The goalkeeper Elias, as soon as the ball hit the back of the net, he was asking his players. Rooted to the ground there. Very, very poor game awareness from the defensive wall. Well, it looks like an infringement, a yellow card for the goalkeeper and an indirect free kick. Well, we have things happening here. Was that pass back? Well. The boys making some mistakes that had suit their age perhaps after playing so maturely for the majority of the game, and Alchemy have a ticket back into the game. An indirect free kick. Suresham Singh couldn't believe how he has done that cardinal sin. Discussions going on in Alchemy's camp. I think they have to cover the far side a bit more. Well, you could see a lot of time there. A couple of touches, and that was wasted. It is the skipper again. And now, after that 10-minute bizarre spell, he's locked in more than ever to get his side to victory. Bikendra Singh. What a man he is. Well, you just have to ask what happened in his head in that 10-minute spell. Scored a brilliant free kick after that, and now was the first man to rush out of that wall and clear the danger as Alchemy wasted a great indirect free kick inside the penalty box. The team in blue could barely believe how they've gone behind. But Army boys fully deserve whatever they're getting now. That was a pass to no one. I think this is finally the time where these boys could feel some pressure. The pressure of the clock. Approaching the final 10 minutes of normal time. One team with a lead to protect. The other team with a crucial goal to get. Who will come out on top? What an interesting finale. What an interesting climax we have on our hands here. Alchemy attacking down the right hand side. The defender gets a crucial head but cannot clear it properly. Sent towards the box. Tarun Dev is the obvious target. Now they have a chance to get back. Here is the goal scorer. The first goal scorer for Army Boys has support. Facing against the fullback, who comes out on top. That is some excellent defending from Siddharth. Now yet again Bikendra. He is looking like the real deal now. At right back, we have seen some influential right backs in recent past. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Reece James, Achraf Hakimi, some of the best in the world. And how can you forget Joshua Kimmich? They surely will be a source of inspiration for the number 4 of Army Boys. Meanwhile, another good ball towards the center, cut out by the defense. He has been great since coming on at halftime. The number 2 of Alchemy trying to drive inwards. An ambitious effort from outside, was well wide of target, so Raisam saw it, had no problems letting it go. You can listen to the cheers, they're waiting for that full-time whistle. Into single-digit minutes now. The clock is fast running out for Alchemy. Had a lot of power, but no height, allowing the opposition to reclaim possession. Shot, that was a warning sign. So close to the goal there. Wahengbam, Gambaluang. Such a threatening effort. I think it is a wake-up call to Army Boys that the job is not done yet. They still have to wait before they party hard with the silverware. Yet again, they dominate the midfield duels. Jumping from full back. I think the early crosses aren't coming their way. They're trying to cross it from 40 yards out towards the strikers. But I think the centre backs, especially Suram Kilin Singh and Thangjam Johnson Singh, have it covered well in the Army Boys backline. The centre backs able to win the duels. And now this is what we want to see, an in-swinging delivery. Goalkeeper being crowded out. Some decent height on it as well. Headed towards goal, but Siddharth could not find the target. Decent connection there. He had to score. The goalkeeper was rooted to the spot. That's the second shot from the centre back. An overhead kick in the first half. And a header this time. He's charging out of defense. And concedes a foul there. The Army Boys would take it. They would love to waste as much time as they can. Now a lot of power on it. Siddharth has to clear his lines. Here is a chance for Alchemy to break. Does brilliantly well to keep the ball in. Tries to switch the play, but Army Boys read it well. Where is that goal coming from for Alchemy? Bikendra Singh, surely your contender for man of the match. There'd be some from Alchemy debating that he shouldn't be on the pitch at all, given how he made a rash tackle after being booked. Defender under pressure. Managed to turn it into an attacking scenario. He gave us all, stretched every sinew, and gets the call in his favor. It is a corner for Alchemy. They're not done yet. Still kicking alive. 5 minutes to go. They desperately want this equalizer. Another good delivery. Another free header. But this time it goes into the bushes behind. They are missing their headers. They are missing chances. It is not easy to create from corners, especially they have created. But the goods are simply missing for Alchemy. And we have an injury concern on the pitch for Army Boys. The player up on his feet instantly. Thangjam now Singh, a tactical injury. Perhaps the coach might have asked for it. to waste some time to stop the opposition from gathering momentum. Final 5 minutes now. Now or never for Alchemy. Anywhere will do for the Army boys, and luckily they do keep it alive in attack. Excellent footwork from the teenager to drive away from pressure. The outlet is very simple. Just get the ball to Tarun Dev. He is rapid. He is electric. And now, great slide from Siddharth. Saves the day. Keeps them alive. I think Alchemy's failure has come from not finding Tarun Dev in attacking positions. The number 10, the goal scorer. We've seen how many times he has beaten the centre backs. But it is incredibly sad to see him underused in this game. Bikendra still waiting, doing keepy ups. The skipper trying to look like the coolest man in the house. Perhaps he's hoping everybody would forget that iffy 10-minute spell he had from the 35th to the 45th minute. After that, two crucial contributions at both sides of the pitch. First with a free kick and the second with a terrific clearance from an indirect free kick of Alchemy. Here he is once again. Try to put it on target. Now Army boys are so close to being crowned the champions at the under 15 level of Bengaluru edition of Double Pass Development League for the 2024-25 season. Alchemy, who have won 3 titles at this tournament in Bengaluru, under 9, under 11 and under 17. They couldn't complete the set, could they, with the prestigious under 15 title. Well, let me not try to jinx or strike the teams with my commentator's curse. Into the final 2 minutes of normal time. Well, let me tell you, if Alchemy do manage to find a late equalizer here, we'll be heading straight to the penalties as there is no provision of extra time. They have a great chance now, courtesy of a corner. Their last 2 corners have yielded 2 shots, but none of them were on target. This has to be better. Once again, this time the defense up for it first. Army boys have a chance to break. Can they finish off the game? Look at the red shirts flying forward into attack. Well, I don't think the coach would be happy with seeing so many players rush into attack in the 59th minute, where they're protecting a single goal advantage. Now, skipper has to defend. He fails to. The defender in the box gets a crucial touch on it as Suresham Singh makes the claim. Under 60 seconds of normal time, RB Boy Sports Company are nearly there. They have the ball where they want it to be. Alchemy, well, you have to feel sad for them. Have shot themselves in the foot. The 2 goals they have conceded, a penalty and a free kick, which shouldn't have been conceded in the first place. That was a shot. Had the goalkeeper worried for a bit. I think they have to hurry. They don't even have a time to wait and take this long goal kick. They are out of time and they are at the 4th official's mercy now as we approach the extra time. Beg your pardon, as we approach the injury time in the final. Great pressure from Army boys. They are not giving it up. They are doing excellently. But one final chance perhaps. Tarun Dev was on his bike. The defenders, just like they have done excellently throughout the day, once again to their rescue. Well, this is it. And the goalkeeper showing some great nerves by coming out and making the claim and following it up with a superb kick upfield as well. How much time we have left? How many minutes is the referee going to be adding? Nearing the first minute of injury time. And now that is what they would love to do, clear everything. As the referee is letting this flow for one final attack perhaps. Probably 2 minutes of extra time. Alchemy. Can they strike in the nth minute? Knock towards goal. Army boys need to get it away. They do get it away. Anywhere would do. Well, the boys in blue, they have tried everything. I think the best chance was that indirect free kick they had as soon as the Army boys scored. Failed to take advantage, and after that, it's been some excellent defending from the champions to be. Thrown into the box, showing great composure there. Another throw in there. We still have life in this contest. The referee allowing it to go through. But that is it. He is out of time and we are out of time as Army Boy Sports Company seal the title of the Under 15 Double Pass Development League Bengaluru edition for the 24-25 season. It was an excellent contest. Army boys took lead in the first half as Ngangom Sanalemba Maitai scored the opener from the penalty spot after Siddhartha Hebam committed a grave mistake. And Tarun Dev just took 8 minutes to equalize for Alchemy. It set up a fine second half. There was a period of aggression, there was a period of calm in the second half before the game burst to life as there was a terrific winning free kick from Army Boy Sports Company. Well, as soon as that free kick was scored, they committed a silly mistake awarding Alchemy an indirect free kick. But luckily their skipper Bikendra Singh was the first to react to get the ball away. And they have defended with everything on the line to lift this silverware now. Your champions for Under 15 edition Army Boy Sports Company. What a tournament this has been for them. So dominant throughout it. 5 goals in the quarters, 5 goals in the semis, and a clinical performance in the finals. A 2-1 victory where the emphasis was more on defense this time. They have done so well to protect that lead late on in the game. And remember each and every name from this side. A few of them will be going places. To the Indian team, to some teams at the top of Indian football pedigree. We will keep seeing them for a foreseeable future around. The full-time score is Army Boys 2, Alchemy International Football Academy 1.
We are DPDL, India's only grassroots league with a real player pathway. More than 1,65,000 minutes of game time. More than 4,000 matches organized. More than 6,500 players across 3 of India's biggest cities. But that's just the start. Over 10 million kids play football in India with no proper system, very little accessibility to leagues, and no proper visibility. We at DPDL are changing that. One player and one city at a time. And now, we want to hear from you.
Yeah, that's very interesting. We should definitely do that. Amazing. I really like that. कोको मेरी स्क्रिप्ट रीडिंग चल रही है.
सॉरी मैडम, मैं अब भी कोको को.
कोई बात नहीं, कोको का साइलेंट मोड ऑन कर देते हैं. ओए, तू कोको है या मिस्टर इंडिया? Acer's AI-powered laptops can filter out the noise and focus on you.
Bring home Acer's latest range of AI laptops powered by Intel Core Ultra processors, OLED display, Acer AI Zone, Windows Copilot, Acer Purified View, Purified Voice, and more.
Ace it with Acer.
Are you ready with the deck?
Dude, look at the view.
View?
Sir, I mean the deck is ready to view.
Great job. And Varun, get some rest after this.
Sure, sir.
Get smarter, get creative with the stylish new Acer Swift Go AI laptop powered by Intel Core Ultra processor and a host of Acer AI features. Ace AI with Acer.
We are DPDL, India's only grassroots league with a real player pathway. More than 1,65,000 minutes of game time. More than 4,000 matches organized. More than 6,500 players across 3 of India's biggest cities. But that's just the start. Over 10 million kids play football in India with no proper system, very little accessibility to leagues, and no proper visibility. We at DPDL are changing that. One player and one city at a time. And now, we want to hear from you. are DPDL, India's only grassroots league with a real player pathway. More than 1,65,000 minutes of game time. More than 4,000 matches organized. More than 6,500 players across 3 of India's biggest cities. But that's just the start. Over 10 million kids play football in India with no proper system, very little accessibility to leagues, and no proper visibility. We at DPDL are changing that. One player and one city at a time. And now, we want to hear from you. We are DPDL, India's only grassroots league with a real player pathway. More than 1,65,000 minutes of game time. More than 4,000 matches organized. More than 6,500 players across 3 of India's biggest cities. But that's just the start. Over 10 million kids play football in India with no proper system, very little accessibility to leagues, and no proper visibility. We at DPDL are changing that. One player and one city at a time. And now, we want to hear from you.
Yeah, that's very interesting. We should definitely do that. Amazing. I really like that. कोको मेरी स्क्रिप्ट रीडिंग चल रही है.
सॉरी मैडम, मैं अब भी कोको को.
कोई बात नहीं, कोको का साइलेंट मोड ऑन कर देते हैं. ओए, तू कोको है या मिस्टर इंडिया? Acer's AI-powered laptops can filter out the noise and focus on you.
Bring home Acer's latest range of AI laptops powered by Intel Core Ultra processors, OLED display, Acer AI Zone, Windows Copilot, Acer Purified View, Purified Voice, and more.
Ace it with Acer.
Good morning, sir.
Are you ready with the deck?
Dude, look at the view.
View? Sir, I mean the deck is ready to view.
Great job. And Varun, get some rest after this.
Sure, sir.
Get smarter, get creative with the stylish new Acer Swift Go AI laptop powered by Intel Core Ultra processor and a host of Acer AI features. Ace AI with Acer.
We are DPDL, India's only grassroots league with a real player pathway. More than 1,65,000 minutes of game time. More than 4,000 matches organized. More than 6,500 players across 3 of India's biggest cities. But that's just the start. Over 10 million kids play football in India with no proper system, very little accessibility to leagues, and no proper visibility. We at DPDL are changing that. One player and one city at a time. And now, we want to hear from you. We are DPDL, India's only grassroots league with a real player pathway. More than 1,65,000 minutes of game time. More than 4,000 matches organized. More than 6,500 players across 3 of India's biggest cities. But that's just the start. Over 10 million kids play football in India with no proper system, very little accessibility to leagues, and no proper visibility. We at DPDL are changing that. one player and one city at a time. And now, we want to hear from you. We are DPDL, India's only grassroots league with a real player pathway. More than 1,65,000 minutes of game time. More than 4,000 matches organized. More than 6,500 players across 3 of India's biggest cities. But that's just the start. Over 10 million kids play football in India with no proper system, very little accessibility to leagues, and no proper visibility. We at DPDL are changing that. One player and one city at a time. And now, we want to hear from you.
Yeah, that's very interesting. We should definitely do that. Amazing. I really like that. कोको मेरी स्क्रिप्ट रीडिंग चल रही है.
सॉरी मैडम, मैं अब भी कोको को.
कोई बात नहीं, कोको का साइलेंट मोड ऑन कर देते हैं. ओए, तू कोको है या मिस्टर इंडिया? Acer's AI-powered laptops can filter out the noise and focus on you.
Bring home Acer's latest range of AI laptops powered by Intel Core Ultra processors, OLED display, Acer AI Zone, Windows Copilot, Acer Purified View, Purified Voice, and more.
Ace it with Acer.
Good morning, sir.
Are you ready with the deck?
Dude, look at the view.
View? Sir, I mean the deck is ready to view.
Great job. And Varun, get some rest after this.
Sure, sir.
Get smarter, get creative with the stylish new Acer Swift Go AI laptop powered by Intel Core Ultra processor and a host of Acer AI features. Ace AI with Acer.
We are DPDL, India's only grassroots league with a real player pathway. More than 165,000 minutes of game time. More than 4,000 matches organized. More than 6,500 players across 3 of India's biggest cities. But that's just the start. Over 10 million kids play football in India with no proper system, very little accessibility to leagues, and no proper visibility. We at DPDL are changing that. One player and one city at a time. And now, we want to hear from you. We are DPDL, India's only grassroots league with a real player pathway. More than 165,000 minutes of game time. More than 4,000 matches organized. More than 6,500 players across 3 of India's biggest cities. But that's just the start. Over 10 million kids play football in India with no proper system, very little accessibility to leagues, and no proper visibility. We at DPDL are changing that. one player and one city at a time. And now, we want to hear from you.
We hope you can take it back.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the grand finale of the DPDL Under-15 League 24-25, a season that's brought out passion, persistence, and pure footballing spirit from start to finish. We've seen late winners, stunning goals, fierce rivalries, and most of all, we've seen growth. As individuals, as teams, and as a footballing community. Today isn't just about crowning a champion, it's about celebrating every tackle, every cheer, every moment that got us here. To all the players, coaches, parents, academies, and fans, thank you for showing up week after week and making this season unforgettable. A round of applause for everyone present here today. We are grateful to our partners for their support throughout the season. Acer, our title partner and technological partner, continuing to power our footballing ecosystem. We are awarding the Player of the Year for Under-15 and Acer Aspire Lite laptop. We'd like to thank Good Flipping Burgers for bringing energy to the league both on and off the pitch. We'd like to thank Dash Square for backing our journey in developing the next generation of talent. We'd also like to thank Kaveri Hospital's Marathalli branch, represented today by Mr. Mahesh and Divyendu, our trusted medical partner, who ensured every player's safety and health throughout the season. A round of applause for Mahesh and Divyendu. Can we have them on stage, please? applause for them, please. As always, we'd like to thank our venue partner, Sporthood. Our sincere thanks for providing us the flexibility of HAL Sports Club. May I please invite Mr. Venki and Arun to collect their medals. Round of applause for them, please. A huge thank you to BFC Blue Arena as well for helping us organize matches at their venue at United World Academy, Sarjapur, whenever possible. A special thank you to our referees, Mr. Mahesh and Deepak and team, for upholding the integrity of every match throughout the season. May I please invite them on stage to collect their medals. For our referees this season. Thank you. And now, we would like to call up on stage our chief guest for today, Colonel Manish Vahi, who's a Santosh Trophy winner for the services team. Sir, can we please have you on stage to speak a few words?
Jai Hind. To begin with, my heartfelt gratitude to DPDL for giving me this privilege and honor of being here this evening to witness this thrilling final. I'm sure all of us have enjoyed it. To all the parents, coaches, supporters, my salutations to you. And it just so happens that a large portion of the Santosh Trophy winning team, my players, are also here today, and they were all cheering. Watching these young players, it was really very, very pleasing, and I'm sure that all of us will agree that all these players are on the path to attain technical proficiency and tactical efficiency. That is crucial to become a good player. Thank you, DPDL, for providing this platform to these young players to showcase their talent and to become comfortable with the match-playing environment. It's very crucial for a player. To Alchemy, my compliments to you for a wonderful game. And as I always say, you might have lost the match, but do not lose the lesson. Come back stronger next time. My best wishes to you. And of course, to the Army Boys Sports Company team. Your victory, your game this evening vindicates my belief that the philosophy we have set at the Army football node is in the right direction, and you are on your way to maturing as good players. In the end, once again, thank you one and all, and congratulations to the winners. Jai Hind.
Thank you once again, sir, for those kind words. Let's now honor our standout performers of the season. As always, each award reflects a unique trait we value deeply at DPDL. Firstly, the good flipping player of the final, awarded for rising to the occasion when it mattered the most. The winner is Premsang Singh of Army Boys Sports Coin. May I have Colonel Manish Vai, sir, to present the award, please. Huge round of applause for Prem, sir. Now the Fair Play Award, recognizing the team that led with respect and integrity on and off the pitch. The winner is Fatima 11 Sports Academy. Is a representative from Fatima 11 here? Okay, moving on. Our emerging player of the year, given to the breakout talent who made their presence felt this season. The winner is Ahebam Ronande from Kickstar FC. Round of applause for Ahebam. Now honoring the player with the highest goal tally of the season, the top scorer of the year. The winner is Mohammad Zulfikir of Army Boys Sports Coin. Scored 20 goals this season. Round of applause for Mohammad Zulfikir. For creativity, flair, and unexpected brilliance on the pitch, our Innovative Player of the Year award goes to Ijat Khan of Alchemy Ignis. Round of applause for Ijat Khan, please. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Vijay. We are honored to invite Major Thapa as well to present some of the awards. Thank you for being here, sir. Now, the Defender of the Year, awarded to the wall at the back, reliable, composed, and hard to beat. The winner is Siddhartha Hebam of Alchemy Ignis. Round of applause for him. Our Goalkeeper of the Year, recognizing the safest pair of hands and the calmest presence between the posts. The winner is Santamani of Minerva Academy. Round of applause for Santamani of Minerva FC. For outstanding leadership, vision, and development of players, our Coach of the Year goes to. Any guesses? It's Joe Sharama of Army Boys. Applause for Coach Joe Sharama, please. And now, our top honor given to the most consistent and impactful player of the season, our Acer Player of the Year. He also receives the Acer Aspire Lite laptop. The winner is Mohammad Zulfakir of Army Boys Sports Coy. Can I also have Colonel Manish Wahi to present the award as well? for Mohammad Zulfikar. Since it's raining, let's quickly move to the team awards. The journey has been intense, every match a test of strength and will. But these teams have made it to the very top. Our Shield winners for under 15. May I invite the winners, the sports school, to come on stage to collect the award. A round of applause for TSS. Team, can we have umbrellas for our chief guests, please? Chetan, can you have your award? Round of applause for TSS.
We are DPDL, India's only grassroots league with a real player pathway. More than 1,65,000 minutes of game time. More than 4,000 matches organized. More than 6,500 players across 3 of India's biggest cities. But that's just the start. Over 10 million kids play football in India with no proper system, very little accessibility to leagues and no proper visibility. We at DPDL are changing that. One player and one city at a time. And now, we want to hear from you.
Yeah, that's very interesting. We should definitely do that. Amazing. I really like that. कोको मेरी स्क्रिप्ट रीडिंग चल रही है.
सॉरी मैडम, मैं अब भी कोको को.
कोई बात नहीं, कोको का साइलेंट मोड ऑन कर देते हैं. ओए, तू कोको है या मिस्टर इंडिया? Acer's AI-powered laptops can filter out the noise and focus on you.
Bring home Acer's latest range of AI laptops powered by Intel Core Ultra processors, OLED display, Acer AI Zone, Windows Copilot, Acer Purified View, Purified Voice, and more.
Ace it with Acer.
Good morning, sir.
Are you ready with the deck?
Dude, look at the view.
View? Sir, I mean the deck is ready to view.
Great job. And Varun, get some rest after this.
Sure, sir.
Get smarter, get creative with the stylish new Acer Swift Go AI laptop powered by Intel Core Ultra processor and a host of Acer AI features. Ace AI with Acer.
We are DPDL, India's only grassroots league with a real player pathway. More than 1,65,000 minutes of game time. More than 4,000 matches organized. More than 6,500 players across 3 of India's biggest cities. But that's just the start. Over 10 million kids play football in India with no proper system, very little accessibility to leagues, and no proper visibility. We at DPDL are changing that. One player and one city at a time. And now, we want to hear from you. We are DPDL, India's only grassroots league with a real player pathway. More than 1,65,000 minutes of game time. More than 4,000 matches organized. More than 6,500 players across 3 of India's biggest cities. But that's just the start. Over 10 million kids play football in India with no proper system, very little accessibility to leagues, and no proper visibility. We at DPDL are changing that. one player and one city at a time. And now, we want to hear from you.
Step up and do that. It's been exceptional.
Great experience, and the way you guys have organized this DPDL and the way carried on for last 6-7 months is not an easy thing to do.
And I think just the whole professionalism of the conduct of the league, I think it's the highest standard that I've seen.
Yes, and we hope you go places. We hope you can take it pan-India.
Oh, it feels great that I worked so hard.
We are DPDL, India's only grassroots league with a real player pathway. More than 165,000 minutes of game time. More than 4,000 matches organized. More than 6,500 players across 3 of India's biggest cities. But that's just the start. Over 10 million kids play football in India with no proper system, very little accessibility to leagues, and no proper visibility. We at DPDL are changing that. One player and one city at a time. And now, we want to hear from you.
Yeah, that's very interesting. We should definitely do that. Amazing. I really like that. कोको मेरी स्क्रिप्ट रीडिंग चल रही है.
Sorry मैडम, मैं अब भी कोको को.
कोई बात नहीं, कोको का साइलेंट मोड ऑन कर देते हैं. ओए, तू कोको है या मिस्टर इंडिया? Acer's AI-powered laptops can filter out the noise and focus on you.
Bring home Acer's latest range of AI laptops powered by Intel Core Ultra processors, OLED display, Acer AI Zone, Windows Copilot, Acer Purified View, Purified Voice, and more.
Ace it with Acer.
Good morning, sir.
Are you ready with the deck?
Dude, look at the view.
View? Sir, I mean the deck is ready to view.
Great job. And Varun, get some rest after this.
Sure, sir.
Get smarter, get creative with the stylish new Acer Swift Go AI laptop powered by Intel Core Ultra processor and a host of Acer AI features. Ace AI with Acer.
We are DPDL, India's only grassroots league with a real player pathway. More than 1,65,000 minutes of game time. More than 4,000 matches organized. More than 6,500 players across 3 of India's biggest cities. But that's just the start. Over 10 million kids play football in India with no proper system, very little accessibility to leagues, and no proper visibility. We at DPDL are changing that. One player and one city at a time. And now, we want to hear from you. We are DPDL, India's only grassroots league with a real player pathway. More than 1,65,000 minutes of game time. More than 4,000 matches organized. More than 6,500 players across 3 of India's biggest cities. But that's just the start. Over 10 million kids play football in India with no proper system, very little accessibility to leagues, and no proper visibility. We at DPDL are changing that. one player and one city at a time. And now, we want to hear from you.
Come back.
They are our runners-up for this year's under-15. And now, our under-15 DPDL champions of 2024-2025. Congratulations to Army Boys Sports Squad.
Once again, we'd like to thank everyone this season. Coaches, participants alike. As always, keep training, keep believing, keep training. Thank you.
వాన వచ్చే టైం నేను ఛత్రి పట్టుకొని చచ్చినాడు నీకు తినేది बस काफी रुका वेट लुक्स लास्ट में आता रहेगा यस షాప్ అనే కంటే ఆడ వేస్తాను వాడైతే వాడు చేసుకున్నాడు ముంబై స్టార్ట్ అయిన మ్యాచ్
స్టార్ట్ అయ్యి ఫస్ట్ ఓవర్ 2 వికెట్లు కూడా పోయింది
2 వికెట్లు పోయినాయి
ఫస్ట్ ఓవర్ 0-1 మళ్ళీ 2 వికెట్లు ఓపెన్ చేయాలి
అవుతాయి